It's a bit chilly today, isn't it? Would you like a hot drink, Emma? I was just about to make something for myself. I can offer you coffee, hot chocolate, or a nice cup of tea.
Oh, a cup of tea sounds wonderful right now. Thank you, David. To be honest, I always want to enjoy tea, but whenever I make it at home, it tastes, well, not very good. It's either too weak or too bitter. I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Ah, that is a very common problem. Many people think making tea is simple, but there is a real art to making a truly delicious cup. It's a bit like a science experiment, where small details make a big difference.
Really? An art and a science? I just thought you put a tea bag in some hot water. What more is there to it?
There is much more. If you would like, I can show you how I make it. I can walk you through all the steps, from the water to the final sip. Maybe you will learn a few tricks to improve your tea at home.
I would love that. Yes, please teach me your secrets to making the perfect cup of tea. I'm ready to be your student.
Excellent. Let's start in the kitchen. The first and most important ingredient is, of course, the water. What kind of water do you usually use when you make tea?
Water? I just use the hot water from the tap. It's faster because it's already warm, so the kettle boils more quickly. Is that wrong?
That is the first mistake many people make. For the best tasting tea, you should always start with fresh, cold water. The water from the hot water tap can sometimes have a slightly metallic taste from the pipes or the water heater. Also, cold water has more oxygen in it.
Oxygen in the water? Why does that matter for tea?
The dissolved oxygen in the water helps to bring out the full flavor of the tea leaves. It creates a brighter, more vibrant taste. When water is sitting in a hot water tank or reboiled many times, it loses that oxygen, and the tea can taste a bit flat or dull. So, fresh, cold water is rule number one. I'll just fill my electric kettle now.
I see. That already makes so much sense. I have an electric kettle at home too. Are they better than the ones you put on the stove?
They are not necessarily better, but they are often faster and more convenient. Many electric kettles also turn off automatically when the water boils, which is a great safety feature.
Okay, while the water is heating up, let's talk about the second most important element, the tea itself. Come and look at my collection here. There are so many different kinds to choose from.
Wow, you have a lot of boxes. I recognize some of them, like green tea and chamomile. But what is the difference between all of them? I usually just buy a box that says black tea.
That's a great place to start. Black tea, green tea, and white tea all come from the same plant, the Camellia sinensis. The difference is in how the leaves are processed after they are picked. Black tea leaves are oxidized, which gives them a deep, strong flavor. Green tea leaves are not oxidized, so they have a lighter, more delicate and grassy taste.
That is fascinating. So it's the same plant, just prepared differently? What about the other boxes, like peppermint or chamomile? Are they from that plant too?
Good question. Those are not technically teas. They're called herbal infusions, or sometimes tisanes. They are made from different plants, herbs, flowers, or fruits. For example, peppermint tea is made from peppermint leaves. They are naturally caffeine-free, which makes them great for relaxing in the evening.
I see. And what about tea bags versus loose leaf tea? You have both. Does it make a difference?
It can, yes. Generally, loose leaf tea uses higher quality whole tea leaves, which gives a more complex and rich flavor. Tea bags are very convenient, but they often contain smaller, broken pieces of tea leaves, which can sometimes result in a stronger, more bitter taste if you're not careful. But a good quality tea bag can still make a wonderful cup. So, for your lesson today, what kind of tea would you like to try? We have English breakfast, which is a classic, robust black tea. We have a gentle jasmine green tea, or perhaps a soothing peppermint herbal tea.
I think I should start with the classic. Let's do the English breakfast tea. It sounds like a good, traditional choice.
An excellent choice. It's a perfect tea for learning because it's strong and forgiving. Now for the next step, which is choosing your vessel. We need a mug. Do you have a favorite kind of mug to drink from?
I haven't really thought about it. I just grab any mug from the cupboard. Does the mug really matter?
It matters more than you think. The material and shape can affect the temperature and even the taste of the tea. A thick ceramic mug, like this one, will hold the heat for a long time, keeping your tea warm. A delicate china teacup is lovely, but the tea will cool down faster.
I never considered that. I do like my drinks to stay hot for a long time, so a thick ceramic mug is a good choice for me.
It is indeed. And some people say you should warm the mug before you put the tea in. You can do this by swishing a little bit of hot water in it and then pouring it out. This prevents the cold ceramic from shocking the hot water and lowering the brewing temperature.
That is such a professional tip. I feel like a real tea expert already. Okay, I'll warm the mug.
Perfect. Ah, I can hear the kettle starting to rumble. It's almost boiled. This brings us to a very, very important step, the water temperature. This is where many people go wrong, especially with green tea.
The temperature of the water? I thought you just use boiling water for all tea. That's what I've always done.
That is a very common belief, but it's not correct. For strong black tea, like the English breakfast we are making, you are right. You want the water to be at a full, rolling boil. That's about 100 degrees Celsius or 212 degrees Fahrenheit. This temperature is needed to extract all the deep, rich flavors from the black tea leaves.
Okay, so boiling water is good for black tea. What about the other kinds?
This is the key. If you use fully boiling water on delicate green tea leaves, you will burn them. It scorches the leaves and releases too many tannins, which is what makes the tea taste very bitter and harsh. For green tea, you want the water to be much cooler, around 80 degrees Celsius or 175 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow. I think that is exactly what I have been doing wrong. I always make green tea with boiling water, and I always wonder why it tastes so bitter. How do you get the water to the right temperature? Do you use a thermometer?
You can use a thermometer, and some modern electric kettles even have different temperature settings. But an easy trick for green tea is to let the kettle boil, and then just let it sit with the lid open for 2 or 3 minutes to cool down before you pour it. That gets it to roughly the right temperature. Okay, the kettle has boiled. Since we are making black tea, we will use the water right away. I'll case the tea bag in your warmed mug. Now I will pour the boiling water over the tea bag. See how the color instantly starts to come out? This process is called steeping or brewing.
Steeping. I have heard that word before. So, how long should I leave the tea bag in the water? This is another part where I think I go wrong. I either take it out too soon or I forget about it and leave it in forever.
The steeping time is crucial for the final taste. It is a balance. If you don't steep it long enough, the tea will be weak and watery, without much flavor. If you steep it for too long, the tea will become too strong and bitter as it releases too many of those tannins we talked about.
So, what is the perfect amount of time for this English breakfast tea?
A good rule for most black teas is between 3 to 5 minutes. I find that 4 minutes is often the sweet spot. It gives a strong, rich flavor without any bitterness. For green tea, the time is much shorter, usually only 1 to 3 minutes. Herbal teas can often be steeped for longer, sometimes 5 to 10 minutes, as they don't usually become bitter.
This is so specific. I should write this down. So, about 4 minutes for this one. Should I stir it while it's steeping?
You can give it a gentle stir once or twice to help the flavors move around, but you don't need to stir it constantly. Let's set a timer on my phone for 4 minutes so we don't forget.
All right, our timer is set. While we wait for the tea to steep, we can prepare for the next step. This often leads to a very big debate among tea lovers. The question is, do you like milk in your tea?
Yes, I think I do. I have had tea with milk before, and I liked it. It makes it creamy and less intense. Is there a special way to add the milk?
There is, or at least there are two very different opinions on it. This is the great milk in first or milk in last debate. Some people swear that you must put the cold milk into the empty mug first, before you pour in the hot tea.
Milk in first? Why would they do that?
The historical reason is that when people used very delicate, fine bone china teacups, pouring boiling hot tea directly into the cup could cause it to crack. Putting the cold milk in first would cool the tea as it was poured, protecting the china. Some people today also say it helps the milk and tea mix together more evenly.
That is a very interesting piece of history. So what is the other side of the argument? Why would you put the milk in last?
The milk in last supporters, which includes me, believe that you should add the milk after the tea has fully steeped. This way you can judge the strength of the tea by its color first. You can see exactly how strong you've made it, and then add just the right amount of milk to get it to the perfect color and taste you prefer. It gives you more control.
There's the timer. Our tea has steeped for exactly 4 minutes. Now the next step is to remove the tea bag. Just lift it out gently with a spoon. A common mistake is to squeeze the tea bag hard against the side of the mug to get every last drop out.
I do that all the time. I thought you were supposed to do that to get more flavor.
It seems logical, but what you are actually squeezing out are the last, most bitter-tasting tannins from the leaves. So a gentle lift is all you need. Now, look at that lovely deep amber color. It's perfect. Since we are in the milk in last camp, now is the time to add it.
Okay. How much milk should I put in?
This is completely up to your personal preference. I would suggest starting with just a small splash. You can always add more. Pour it in and stir gently until you get a nice creamy brown color. There, that looks good. Now, what about sweetness? Do you take sugar?
I think I'll try it without sugar first, to taste the real flavor. But what are the options? Just white sugar?
You can use white sugar, brown sugar, or honey. Honey goes beautifully with many herbal teas and some black teas. Another popular addition, especially for teas like Earl Grey or just a simple black tea, is a slice of lemon. It adds a fresh, citrusy brightness. But you should never add lemon and milk together.
Why not? What happens?
The acid from the lemon will cause the milk to curdle. It will separate into little clumps. It's not a pleasant experience, so it's always one or the other, milk or lemon.
Okay, the moment of truth has arrived. Your tea is ready. It has been made with fresh, cold water, steeped for the perfect amount of time, and has just a splash of milk. Go ahead and take a sip. Be careful, it's still hot.
All right, here I go. Wow. David, this is completely different. It's so smooth and full of flavor. It's not bitter at all. It tastes rich and comforting. I can actually taste the tea, not just hot water or bitterness. This is what tea is supposed to taste like.
I'm so glad you like it. See, those little details really do make a huge difference. For me, the process of making the tea is almost as enjoyable as drinking it. It's a nice, calming ritual. It forces you to slow down for a few minutes.
I can see that now. It feels special because we put so much thought into it. It's not just a quick, thoughtless action. It really is a ritual. What time of day do you usually drink tea?
I love a strong black tea like this one in the morning to help me wake up. It has caffeine, but it releases it more slowly than coffee does, so you don't get that jittery feeling. In the afternoon, I might have a green tea. And in the evening, before bed, I always have a caffeine-free herbal tea like chamomile to help me relax and prepare for sleep.
A tea for every time of day. I love that idea. I feel so much better now, just sitting here and sipping this. It's so warm and cozy.
So, let's quickly review the key steps to your perfect cup of tea. Can you remember them?
I think so. First, you always start with fresh, cold water in the kettle. Second, you choose your tea and your favorite thick mug, and you can even warm the mug first.
Excellent. What comes next?
The water temperature is very important. Boiling for black tea, but cooler for green tea to avoid burning the leaves. Then you have to pay attention to the steeping time, about 4 minutes for this black tea.
Perfect. And the final touches.
You remove the tea bag without squeezing it too hard. Then you add your milk or sugar or lemon, but never milk and lemon together. I think I have it. I feel confident that I can go home and make a delicious cup of tea for myself now.
I'm sure you can. The most important thing is to experiment and find what you like best. Maybe you'll discover you prefer your tea steeped for 5 minutes, or you like a little bit of honey in it. The perfect cup of tea is ultimately the one that you enjoy the most.
Thank you so much for this lesson, David. It was so much more interesting than I ever imagined. Next time, can we try making a proper green tea? I want to see if I can get it right without making it bitter.
I would love that. It's a date. But for now, let's just sit back and enjoy the cups we just made.